Well, hey, Muppet Man, I was just doing a test. I did two other before this and it wasn't working. How's the audio and visual, Muppet? Thanks, Muppet. Appreciate it. Yeah, I like this Streamlab more than I like the YouTube platform for live, so I was just trying to dial everything in. All right, cool. Thank you. My tiger barbs are getting big. I'm pretty sure Corey over at Aquarium Co-op's live right now. There's like almost 600 people watching his, so I'm sure everybody's over there. I didn't expect to get anybody on. I was just testing out. Thank you, sir. This tank here is kind of dark because I have all this floating water sprite blocking the light out. Some black lace angel, zebra angels, and these two black Acaras, man, they got attitude. It's really hard to see them in this tank though, because the lights, like I said, are dark. Yep, I got some fancy goldfish in a tropical tank, man. That's a big old goldfish. You know, duck. You see that attitude he just gave that black lace, ran right into him. These black Ascaras got so much tube, man. Yeah, duckweed, man. I heard a lot of things about duckweed. I heard it's hard to get rid of too once you have it, but I do like the look of duckweed. Yeah, saw that attitude, man. They had out of there's four, yeah, one, two, four or five angelfish in there, and no mascaras there. They by far got the most attitude. They're the smallest too. Appreciate you stopping in here, Muppet. It's good for testing. Yeah, duckweed seems to be the only floating plant I can keep alive. I know that this water sprite is. These two 20-gallon longs right here with these Aqueon lights grow this water sprite like crazy. And then I spread it to all my other tanks, like there and down there in that community tank. And then of course over there in that 125, and I'm starting to run out of room. I can't. I don't like putting water sprite in tanks that have power heads run them because it just pushes it to one side and makes a mess. Oh yeah, Muppet. I got some stuff planned. I think I've done 3 live streams since I've started doing a YouTube channel 6 months ago, and I got some things planned once I dial things in and get used to everything and stuff like that. I got to get used to the Streamlab thing and trying to figure out how to get other people to collaborate with and figure out how to do those intro startup, waiting type screens or whatever. Muppet, do you see that like green border? Anybody see that green border on the screen? It's a theme that I set, and I don't know if it's actually visible to everybody. I'm assuming it is. Yeah, you see the green border. Cool. Yeah, I can pick different ones. This one's called Flubber. I like Streamlabs too because you can, kind of like do whatever you want to the format of the screen. Move stuff around, create your own, do your themes and such. I don't know if moving around is making you guys motion sickness or not. Look at that one. He loves to chase everything. Yeah, I just assumed everybody would be around over at Aquarium Corey's live stream's going on right now. It started at 3. That guy usually goes over 2 hours, and there's always a ton of people in there, so I figured, I'll throw a test live stream out. I didn't expect to get anybody. Hey, Laser, what's up, man? Nathan, good to see you. Thanks for joining my test live stream. I'll probably have some of these going out. They're going to be actual tests, but they'll probably just turn into a live stream. Hey, Glitch, glad to see you. Yeah, so dark in that tank. Look at that, all that water spray. Let's get a good shot of these black. So these angels are called Ascaras, and they're black with red eyes. Hard to see in this tank specifically because of all the light being blocked out. Man, they got attitude. Oh, Nathan, you're talking about Corey over at Aquarium Co-op. Yeah, I'll jump on and watch him after a while, but, I don't know. He ends up talking about more, it seems like anymore he just chats about the business end of things and food more than he does the fish stuff. And some people like that, but I don't know. When I get on live streams, I like to talk about fish, and don't get me wrong, I like just chatting too. That makes it fun, but when you start going on and on for an hour about business and food, I get kind of bored. Muppet tried water Sprite and melted back. I have not had that problem up it. This stuff just grows like crazy. The water Sprite has filled these two 20-gallon longs up so much that the betas are having a hard time moving around. At that point, that's when I pull it out and throw it in other tanks. I rescued these two betas and it's two female betas, and they just constantly chasing and picking on each other. I think the rule of thumb is what, like 7 females sorority tank for betas or something like that. Glitch, when I was a beginner, I liked his streams, but now, yeah. And I keep fish differently too. Yeah, Glitch, I got you. Yeah, Corey knows his shit, man, and I really like him a lot, but It comes to his live streams, they're very monotone and he gets off track real easy. You guys, I love watching all your guys' live streams. You make it fun and exciting. You have fun, you laugh. You want your water sprite like that. I'll tell you what, Glitch, I don't dose liquid fertilizers. I just float it. I don't plant it. I have found when if I float it and just hit it with bright lights, it grows like crazy. Now I have put it in the substrate too and it grew, but it does not do as good as if you float it. Progestamon octopus has taken off in my tank though. Laser says my city is benefiting from hugging the warm lake. No snowfall currently. Glitch says, Laser, we get every single snowfall that comes through. I miss snow, guys. I'm from PA. I moved down here 6 years ago, and I've maybe seen a little sprinkle of snow in them 6 years. One time, maybe 2 times it built up pretty good, but I miss the snow. It's pretty. Had fun driving in it, too. Suswasertang. Never heard of that. That's a new one to me. Suswasertang. I don't even know how to say that. These Amazon swords were covered in algae, as was the tank. But you see how clean and pretty the Amazon swords are? That's thanks to that guy. He cleaned everything off. He did a good job. He was a rescue. I saved him. Someone was going to throw him in a pond, but I took him. We don't need to be doing that. Don't need to be throwing a pleco in a river or a damn pond. Ha, Glitch, you gotta get yourself a snowblower. I also love, I'm not sure if this is actual jungle vow or not, but I love these plants too. $62 fish, Jesus. Jeez, Nathan. Yeah, water sprite, Amazon swords, Anubias. I mean, I think those are all pretty relatively easy plants to grow. I really don't have a lot of problems. I'll attach like this Anubias here to a piece of dragonstone or driftwood. Other than getting algae built up all over it, which I freaking hate. It grows pretty decent. My Mbunas are very shy. They always go and hide. Unless they know it's feeding time. I feel like I'm the only one that likes tiger barbs. Hey, when you guys are looking at the screen, do you see the actual chat? Or is the chat blocking your view? Yeah, I can adjust that though. I can change that. I don't know if I can change that during the live, but I know how to adjust that. I'll make sure I keep that out of the way because I don't like that either. I get more out of a live when a person actually answers 99% of questions. I feel we can learn more as. Yeah, Nathan, I agree, man. Some of these guys are so big, like KG Tropicals and um, you know, Prime Time, and I exclude Prime Time because they're pretty good at answering questions, and Kevin over at Caveman Aquatics. But once you get like amount of people that Aquarium Co-op and KG Tropicals have, it gets very, very hard to answer questions for people, and it kind of almost defeats the purpose of the live, depending on the kind of live you're having. So you see the chat and it doesn't block you. So yeah, it's just transparent, but all I can see is words. I'm gonna fix that. Glitch forgets the chat sometimes. Well, that's because of all that weed you be smoking. Oh, what's up, Maximus? Hey, buddy. Yeah, this water sprite's pretty. I think it makes the tanks look really nice. The light illuminates it. Them roots grow straight down to the substrate. Here comes Mr. Mustard Gas. Yeah, Glitch, I got two 20-gallon longs side by side. One of my favorite tanks. I just like their dimensions. I like the way they look. Decent surface area for a small tank. Yeah, floating water sprite. I like it. Yeah, and there's a lot of benefits of floating water sprite. So, cherry shrimp. I got some cherry shrimp in here. Started with like 8, and I got like 20 some. You see them there. They don't have connectivity issues. Reconnected. I lost you guys for a little bit for some reason. Hey, Bunny Viper. So, now that I'm back, see how these betas, because we all know betas like to hang out, rest themselves on stuff at like the surface of the water. Water sprite floating it is perfect for that. You see how this guy just allows to chill right there on top of the water sprite. And the cherry shrimp love it. I might look around and find some. It's awesome. It looks good. Perfect for betas. I mean, it gets so dense, I'm sure you could even have, breed fish in it, protect the fry. Yeah, and I love how all these roots come down. Oh, he's really showing off for the camera. And of course I got the pothos on top of every tank. Water Sprite seems to do better floating rather than the substrate for me. I don't know why. I have the two full tanks of plants. Same, Nathan, same. It grows much better floating for me as well. Glitch found an online store selling higher end JBJ and Dinero. I don't know what that is. They have the Thrive, Sirius Aquatic, and St. Catharines. Bunny Viper says, you have some great plants. Anyone know where I can get large water sprite? Bunny, I got so much I could send you some. I've got to get, these 20-gallon longs are so full, I have to periodically take a couple handfuls out of each one and throw them in other tanks because the fish start having trouble swimming. Well, the problem is I didn't run out of tanks to put it in, but I don't like putting my water sprite in tanks that have power heads because it just pushes it to one side and makes a mess. So all my lower flow tanks are full, as you can see here. That's a 125-gallon tank, and you can see how much water sprite's in there. Yeah, Bunny, if you want to, my email's in my YouTube channel. If you email me, I can get some bags and put some water in it and send you some. I got to get rid of it. I'm running out of room. Too much flow in the Abuna tank, Tiger Barb tank, and all the other ones. This stuff, I just did that. I took a couple handfuls out of this, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and you can see how full it is again already. I've never sent plants to anyone, Bunny. Is there anything special I have to do other than putting it in a bag of water? Well, yeah, I'll send you some. I got all this. See, I'm gonna pull some out of here. There's some cherry shrimp in here, but they always come off when you pull it out. I can't promise you might not wind up with a little snail or two. I mean, I put a handful in that tank and look, it's coming over. Bunny likes the look of water lettuce roots the best. I'll have to look that up. Because I do like how them plants do that, where the roots go down. I sent this picture to Ben Ochart, and I told him about water sprite. Floating it, and he didn't know you could float it, and he does that now. But I've noticed his hasn't even taken off like mine has. I just think it's whatever lighting it is. It's a 20-gallon long. It's not a really, big tank, and I got kind of a bright light on there, so maybe that's the trick. Just wrap them in a wet paper towel with the tank water. Put it in a Ziploc bag. No need to pay for shipping water. And I have snails too. No biggie. Okay. I'll get that hooked up. If you get it on my YouTube channel, I did put my email in there, and you can email me your address. Where do you live, Bunny? What state? I took a clipping off of that. I don't know if it's jungle vow or not, but I love these grass type plants. And I put it down here in this 55 community, and I'm trying to grow more of it. It seems to be doing okay if it would stay out of the dang inlet. Oklahoma. You just want to watch water temps before mailing or they'll freeze. Okay, Bunny, I'll wait for so I can tell you my email if you want to write it down. Would that be easy? Mr. Joe Coffee, what's up, sir? Just a live pop-up test. Red Laser, did you find it? I don't know how to type on the screen. Like, I don't think oh, right here. There you go, bunny. Thank you for the help, Red Laser. Hey, Silver Creek, what's up, man? You know, Ben O'Chart was talking about Pictus catfish Saturday, and I told him I have two. I don't think he caught it. He was kind of turned off to him because he said they were hyper, and they can be. But they kind of calm down after a while, and I really enjoy them. It's kind of, like I said, it's dark in this tank because of that water sprite, but they do jet around a lot, but I think they're cool. Welcome, Bunny. Yeah, once we get like a little bit warmer of a day, you send them out to me. You send or damn it, send me your address, and once we get a little bit warmer of a day, I'll follow your instructions and send you, I don't know what you want, a couple handfuls, 2-3 handfuls. So honestly, I was getting to a point where I was grabbing them and throwing them in my dang pond outside. Bunny Viper, I've been trying to get a sticker off of you for a couple weeks now. I gotta send you my address. I'll send you my address. I'll reply to your email when you send it to me. I keep all my stickers here. I got some from Vibes there. Okay, Bunny. Yeah, I'll see what I can. Give me some big bags, and you don't think I need to fill the bags up with water even a little bit, or just the wet paper towels like you were saying? Put them in a bag and then put them in a box. Coro. You can mail me anything. I like catching these guys when they're out. I love how these Mbunas, so obviously when I set this tank up here, all that sand was flat. You can see how much they have dug the sand up and made little houses and homes underneath the rock work. See how much they piled that sand up against the glass. And they make all these little holes. They go down and look at that cave. Look at that intricate cave. I mean, I wish I could go in there. Does anybody else wish they could go in there? Yes, sir, Texas Holy Rock. Look at that cape. Look at it. Texas is a holy place. I'd like to put a Pleco in here to help clean up, but I also have this tank set up with the Cichlid Lake Salt from Seachem. I just think it'd be too salty for a Pleco to live in for a long period of time. What do you guys think? That bumblebee hiding back there. Bumblebee, a tuna. They make 3D printed Ks that you're supposed to put next to the glass so the sand goes on top, etc. They make 3D printed Ks that you're supposed to put next to the glass so the sand goes on top. I don't know, Coro. My guys have kind of just, I mean, that's a good idea. I like that. Never heard of it, but they kind of do their own thing and make their own. I was worried about this stuff crumbling because they've been digging out from under it, but it hasn't. It all locks together like a puzzle. Okay, Bunny, I'll check that. Just check the specific breeds you want to make sure. Yeah, Silver, I'm a big Pleco fan, and I know that, you know, long-term exposure to too much salt, you know, for scaleless, because they don't have scales, they have scoots. So I heard that they can be a little bit more sensitive to salt, but you know, with anything, I've heard conflicting arguments with that as well. They hang out in estuaries because it's usually muddier water. All right, right. Common Plecos love water with a bit more than a bit of salt in it. So Joe says they do like a little bit more salt in the water. Bunny Viper, that is Texas Holy Rock, and I basically got, and Texas Holy Rock is expensive, but I basically got all this for free. That is 3 pieces together. That's another piece, and that's one big one over there. That one right there is heavy, and I don't have the diffusing light things in here, so I just put it on top of big sturdy piece of driftwood that kind of distributes the weight out. Yeah, salt sometimes helps critters build up a slime coat too. Yes, Coro, I use salt for healing and quarantining. It does do that. But, I mean, with this 75-gallon Abuna tank, I'm putting in 3/4 of a teaspoon of the liquid, what am I saying? 3/4 of a teaspoon of the Cichlid Lake Salt per 10 gallons of water. When I do a water change, I do a little over half, so I basically put about 50 gallons of salt worth back in it every water change. That's Cichlid Lake Salt for Mbunas, but I also carry the API Aquarium Salt. Put it in a big container there. It's getting a little low. I'm a big fan of the Seachem products. You always got to have your polyfill on tap. Ha ha. Here's one of my favorite fish. Seachem stains. Seachem stands unite. What's that mean, Cora? Hey, Silver Creek, what's the oldest What's the oldest Cory cat that you've had? Yeah, Bunny, I love my Oscars. I got a couple, 2 or 3 awesome videos out on these guys. He's the tech boss. That's Milo. And that's Otis. How do you like my... Oh, while I got you guys on here. This like red velvet algae that grows after a while. What is that? What is that like red velvety looking algae that's growing on the gray stuff? Those are fake decorations. I'm not a big fan of fake decorations, but my Oscars love these logs. They use them a lot, and I like how that makes it look a little more natural. I think it's ugly, but it does look more natural. I've only been fish keeping for 1 year, so my oldest is about that. I've got I think it's a pepper Cory cat. I think their lifespan's around 6 years or something I read, but I could be wrong on that. He likes to hide down in there and he's still kicking. I like him a lot. I love Corys. And then I've got a panda Cory down here in the 55-gallon tiger barb tank, but he's hiding right now. And I also have a bristlenose pleco in here. But he's always working on the driftwood. They're not out. And there's also a hillstream loach in here. And hillstream loaches, you know, I think if you know anything about hillstream loaches, they do like a little bit more flow. And I have found that to be 100% true, because I did read they'll be okay. You don't have to have cold water and flow. They'll adapt. And they can. But since I have put a power head in that tank facing the glass, that hillstream loach will hang out in that flow all the time. Hillstream loach, aka butterfly loach. Coro, so Stan became a slang term to mean a fan who likes a zealot or a fanatical, but that's literally where the word fan comes from. It's a fanatic, and oh, I got you. That's what it's funniest to me about. I got you. Looks like BBA. What's blackbeard algae? Yes, but it also has this like, and I'm getting it in my other 125 too. You see how that's got that like dark maroon looking red building up on the algae? I never knew the name of that algae. Bunny has a couple of fake pieces of driftwood that I love and use. Bought 2 of them, in fact, but I've got some gorgeous real pieces. One huge one for the 180. It's going to be fun getting in the tank. Yeah, Bunny, when it comes to driftwood, they do a really good job of making those look real. But I think when it comes to logs and other stuff, they're just terrible. Terrible. Like, but now that one's covered in this like blackbeard algae and red crap, it makes it look a little bit more natural. Oh, okay, Silver. Thanks, man. Yeah, that's some crazy stuff. So in this tank right here, I made the mistake of going and buying the sand for it from PetSmart, which is like the real aquarium sand. And we all know how expensive that can be. That one hurt. I think it was like $180 to fill all this sand up. What I hate about it is the price and how light it is. It gets in the water column really easy and gets sucked into your intakes, and then you get freaking sand all through your filter causing issues, and it did at one point. It made my canister filter leak, and I had to clean it. So ever since then, I put one of them pre-filters on this tank, which is a must to keep that dang sand out. I have to change that. It gets so clogged up, I got to change that pre-filter out once a week. Hi, Daddy. It's all right. It was just a pop-up T-Lexi land. I'm just running a test, and then it kind of turned fun. Everyone was coming in. Flagfish will eat it. I'll have to look up flagfish. I'm not sure what that is, Silver Creek. It says people that have in the gas tank of a car too. black barriers, and eat algae as it grows. Joe says, it really sucks that you get it in a gas tank of your car too. You talk about sand, Joe Coffee. Yeah, that stuff gets everywhere, man. Just how many tanks do you have and what sizes? I'm at 7 running right now, 5 to 60 gallon tall. So Bunny Viper, I've got, I have 2 75 gallons, 2 55 gallons, 2 125 gallons. I have 2 20 gallon longs. I have that 10 gallon running at the moment. I have another 10 gallon sitting over there in the corner empty. And then back in my bedroom, I have a 29 gallon running. And I have another 10 gallon quarantine tank back there. So total, I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 11 tanks are running right now. Florida flagfish. Florida flagfish will eat their algae too. So Coro and Silver, how do they stack up against the Chinese algae eaters? Coro, don't the hillstream loaches eat black-billed algae? Coro, I'm not sure, but unfortunately, I would not be able to put him in that tank even if he could, because he would become lunch. Oscar Snacks, you got it, man. I feed my Oscars those omega-1 veggie rounds too, just so they get some more veggies in their vegetables in their diet. They love the omega-1 shrimp, freeze-dried shrimp, and Extreme Aquatics big fella food. Yeah, well, honestly, man, I tried putting my 12-inch, this guy right here. He was getting so big I had to get him out of the 75. This was before I had this 125. And I put him in here with the Oscars, and I mean, if I probably gave it a couple days, they would have probably got used to it. But they both were going after the pleco and stressing them out and banging into them, so I just took them back out until I got that 125. That's a peaceful tank right there, other than them black Ascara angels in there. Silver Creek has 7 tanks, 8 total running. I had a lot more, but broke down my last one as I was consolidating. Yep, Silver, I saw that video. I watched that video, man. I seen you were talking about consolidating, and I think it was because you're just trying to reduce some electric bills and take a little bit easier on the bills, right? Florida whoops, I didn't mean to say that. Florida flagfish are pupfish. Most of my fish are mysis shrimp. Smaller the fish, eat it ground up as dust. It's kind of an American killie. Yes, sir. Oscar's pretty big. Yeah, I understand that, Silver. You know, and that's kind of, you know, I don't want to. I actually want to add tanks, but my wife won't let me. I've taken over this dining room, but I get it. I understand. The next tank I'm going to get is going to be a big one. Like, I don't want anything less than a 300-gallon tank, so that's going to take some time. And wait until I find a good deal on one. But by the time that happens, I'll probably shut these 2 20-gallon longs down. I'm definitely in the process of shutting that down. I'm going to be putting a video out on the Life with Pets tank divider that Ben Ochart recommended. And I'm going to split this tank in half with it. And I'm going to move that male beta that's in that 10-gallon in here with the other male beta and shut that tank down. Save money, save water, save time. I don't know how these guys with 80, 100 plus tanks do it. Ha. Hey, I said I'll shut tanks down and it's going to be a while. Baby. What'd Joe say? What are we laughing about? Where'd he go? My main tank is a 60 tall, and I've been raising those fish for the 180. Once they are out of the 60, I'm adding Val and about 200 neons. Bunny Viper, I love neon tetras. I think I have 6 or 7 down here in this tank. I think like a tank just full of neon tetras would be beautiful. Especially if you're talking about putting jungle Val in there too, and they have lots of things to hide and swim in and out of. That'd be great. That's a good idea. Nathan says, I'm hoping once I get rid of these 62 and we'll finally be able to shut down the smallest of my tank, my wife will be okay with me be getting a 40 breeder. Yeah, Nathan, I'm on that same page, man. You know, my wife has been pretty patient with me. I've got one of those very addictive personalities. So anything I get into hard. And that's what I did here. If I enter this room, you can see it's just fish tank, fish tank, fish tank. And I took all this room up. And she's been trying to be patient with me, and she's pretty good at it. So eventually I'd like to just get rid of the small tanks and get another big one. I do like these 20-gallon longs a lot. They're great looking tanks. And give you different options of different things to keep too. It's a 40 breeder, including with the fish. Angelfish, roseline shark, male beta. Nice, Nathan. You should try corkscrew or curly val jungle val. Cora, what is that? This thing, what is this? Is this, can anybody tell me what kind of plant this is? I don't know if it's jungle val, but if you look at the edges, it looks a little like curly, like you're saying, Coral, or Coro. Lexi, to do that to tag you so you will see the message. Yeah, they put an @ in front of it, Emma, so it highlights your name so you see it. It might be Italian val because it has thin leaves. Yeah, I love this stuff, and it's a tank. I mean, these guys here will pull at it periodically, and it's still going. And like I said, I took a little piece and put it in another tank. I'm growing more. Could be a sag at that height. Yeah, it grows pretty long. Sometimes pieces break up and get wrapped around the power head. So Bunny Viper said, Mark Strelson's wife said he could have 2 tanks in the house, so he bought 2 6-foot tanks, like 240. I like his idea. You can have 2 tanks. All right, I'll be back. Let me go get 2 1200s. Coral says that might be a wavy or like a Crispus one, but corkscrew valves spiral up the center and leaf. Okay. And I can't even remember where I got that, but I would love to have a tank full of this filled with neon tetras and stuff like that. Nathan says the guy only wants 100 if I buy it, 250 for anyone else. Yeah, you can't pass that deal up, Nathan. I've had to pass up a couple deals I've found. Like I found a 210-gallon tank, and he was going to sell it to me for 250 pre-drilled. But it was just the tank, no stand or nothing, but still that's a good deal. But we ran into some other stuff I had to spend the money on with the house, and plus the wife really didn't want me doing it, so I backed out of that. Right now there's a FX6 fluval canister filter I could buy right now, like not even 5 minutes from me, and my wife won't let me buy it. And now mind you, it's an FX6. He only wants, it's brand new in the box, not open, $275. My wife will not let me go. Salient Feathers will not let me go get that filter. Maybe you guys can help me out there. Cora was going to buy a 55 Octagon, but there's not really a good place in the apartment for it. Yeah, Cora, I've seen a lot of them tanks and a lot of them column tanks. I think they'd be cool in certain applications. I'd definitely like to have one to play with, but I've never had one of those. Like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, Cora. They're pretty cool. Yeah, Bunny Viper Tower, that's a good deal. Yeah, they're tanks. I got 2 FX4s. One's running one each on the 125s. An FX6 would be awesome for that price. You can't get a new FX6 for under $400 in the store. My corkscrew valise finally starting to take off. Yeah, you put like one Amazon sword in the center and let it, oh yeah, that'd be cool, Coro. Let it grow up. Like, I know Amazon. Excuse me. I know Amazon swords can get pretty big, but would you need something like a plant that gets real tall, like even something like that, Coro? Sure, it was a good deal, but for someone else, that's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. That son of a bitch. I'm back. My dog was having a hard time. Got her settled in the heating pad. What's the matter with your dog, Muppet? Is she just old, or does she have issues? I got a corkscrew plant right here, Coro. What do you think? It's a house plant that I'm pretty sure that's not going to work for an aquarium, but up here I got, these are peace lilies and different pothos. Pothos doing great. Cora has swords in my 20 extra tall, 24 inches tall, and they're still getting taller. Wow. 2 feet. It's called a Hindu rope. Yeah, I got one of them Hindi ropes. You guys are going to come with me. I got to get a drink. I'll put you down for a minute. I'll be right back. I gotta get a drink. Salient Feathers understand just got a $400 plumbing bill for a minor repair. Ew. Ew. Coro, granted I'm a deep substrate person. Oh yeah, deeper substrate. How deep you talking, Coro? What do you got, like 4 or 5 inches? 6? I might in a few months, Ivy. Tear down to get access to the gravel tube yesterday. Nice, Coro. Super deep. Six or more, yeah. I tell you what, though, Coro, deep substrates, got not only good for plants, but lots of good bacteria grow in deeper substrate. Pretty sure Joe Coffey meant to say balls deep. Silver Creek says I run dirted as well. Sand cap usually 3.5 inches, depending on the tank size. Now, is that dirt you buy, Silver, or do you literally go ahead and get your dirt from out in your backyard? I know people do that, but I was always afraid to do stuff like that to introduce, nasty little bacteria. But I mean, I guess dirt's dirt, no matter where it comes from. Yeah, Cora, I'd like to see that, man. Silver Creek makes his own compost and sift the mulch out. Sift the mulch out, okay? I bought organic soil from Home Depot. Worm castings are a good additive too. Water damage. Bunny Viper. What did you say? What did Bunny Viper say? fertilizer, I had a main water line in our bathroom floor burst when we weren't home, and it took out the lower half of the walls and most of the house and ruined that. Oh my God, that's terrible, Bunny. I'm sorry to hear that crap. What kind of water line was it, Bunny? Is it an old copper line, or did you have PVC, or did you get the like PEX with quick connect shark fittings? Silver, what is a red zebra? I'll have to look it up. Red zebra is an Mbuna, Silver Creek Aquatics. I don't know why they call them red zebras, because the ones I always see in the pet stores, they're just all red, no zebra stripes, or they call them red tops. But that is an Mbuna. Yeah, Silver, right there in front of you is a 75-gallon Mbuna tank. I did have one of them reds for a little once, but he died when I first started it. I just throw all my non-meat food scraps directly into tanks. It composes on its own. Good stuff. It was a PVC pipe. Don't know how it split, but it was a main line under the floor. So you have a crawl space, Bunny. You probably just got to go. Where'd you, Oklahoma? How cold's it get in the winter in Oklahoma, Bunny? Maybe it just cracked. Can we got frozen or something? Silver says the only cichlids I have are cribs, rams, and angels. Angels are South American. I'm not sure about the cribs. And I think rams are, I'm not even sure what rams are. But yeah, South American's a little bit different of a water parameter. Yeah, that sounds right. Right, you might want to, Bunny, you might want to wrap some heat tape around that when you get it fixed, or insulate it. Some people insulate and do heat tape, depending on how cold you get at night. Nathan Hovey, red zebra is an orange Mbuna. Didn't you say you wanted a female Mbuna? They are free, just shipping. Ooh, free zebra. If he doesn't want it, send it to me. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. I don't need one right now. Muppet had a pipe burst during winter, but luckily it was on a sun porch, so not in the main house and contained. Yeah, very cool. Got lucky. Negative Nathan, thank you though. I've been downsizing. Maybe it was Scruffy City Aquatics. He is the other Silver Creek Aquatics. That would be confusing. Definitely, there's a couple guys that have the name Scuba Steve. One lives in Florida, and I don't know where the other one is at. Scuba Steve does lives in Florida with saltwater tanks. Hey, there's Vibes, man. Look, Vibes came in. Good to see you, man. We're just having fun talking about everything. This was a test, a pop-up test. I didn't have anything planned to talk about, so I just been kind of walking around showing tanks, and we just all been bullshitting. I think my wife, Vibes, was saying something about letting me get like a 300-gallon tank to put right in the center of the dining room is what we were talking about. So I'm hoping to capitalize on that, buddy. Yeah, lucky for me, I saw someone was talking about a perfect floor. My house is on a slab, so I don't have to worry about weight. The tank is so dark. Jesse, I accidentally hit dislike. They said they'd tell you I undid it and hit like, so if it gets reported to you that I didn't like the stream, they're like, okay, Bunny, I've done that before. I understand that. Either go too fast or it's, what they call the fat finger syndrome or whatever. I don't think my fingers are fat, but ACI hanging out. That's Ace. I call him Ace. There's a DeMasoni in here somewhere. I put up support beams in the basement under where the 90-gallon sits. Yeah, good idea. Good idea, Muppet. Once you start filling these tanks up, they get heavy. If you guys ever lifted up even a 10-gallon tank full of water, it's going to show you how tough you are. Clumsy thumbs and inaccurate touch screens. You got it, mister. Bunny Viper Aquatics, it says that they would tell the person. Yeah, that'll be new for me, Bunny, so actually it'll be a learning experience, so it'll be cool. What do you think of the blue painted backgrounds on tanks? Originally I didn't like them, but they're kind of growing on me. Bunny, I was kind of in that same situation. I've always painted I paint the back of all my tanks black. I like the black, but there was somebody I was watching that had the blue background of somebody's live, and it looked kind of cool. But I'm with you. I'm not sure, but I think you need to have the right setup to make that work. Pull that off. Yeah, like Joe says, the blue background with bright orange and red fish. Yeah, blue and orange do look good together. Well, it looks like YouTube is making people responsible for their dislikes. Yeah. Was it Pelham's Aquatic? Maybe, Laser. It wasn't too long ago. He's got a nice... His tank looks awesome. It's got that blue background, lots of plants, and it really looked good. Nathan says, okay, I'm done at Home Depot now to walk over to the pet store. You know you're jealous. Depends on, Nathan. What are we buying today, man? Bunny Viper Aquatics. Craig has some blue tanks, 2 different blues. Both look nice. Blue backgrounds make orange mollies look awesome. I bet a blue well, what do you guys think? Would a blue background look better than a black background behind these guys? The black, really makes things pop out. Everything. Joe does not like mollies. Some mollies are okay. I agree with you, Joe. I'm really enjoying these guppies. There's some neon tetras hanging out. Platies. There's a guppy there. Here comes another one. Sunburst wagtail platies. I got some rasboras in here, some red miners. There's a red miner, long fin red miners. Hey, Max Kelly, thanks for dropping by, man. Yeah, salient feathers. Yeah, I like the black too. It's going to look real good in a 300-gallon tank. In the middle, right in the middle of all, let's say, so what we got to do is we got to get rid of this table, put a 300-gallon tank in here, and I won't paint any of the sides black because you're going to be able to walk around that whole thing. So, yeah, I need you to go ahead and get rid of this table like we talked about and you approved. Yeah, Bunny. No one needs a damn dining room table. Look how much room it takes up. What size fish tank I could put in the middle of this room? Maybe I can get Corey from Aquarium Co-op to send me that 800 gallon he has. That table might work or hold a 50 gallon low boy. I was talking about that last time, Joe Coffee, about getting one of those 50 gallon low boys and putting it here. Keep it kind of low, make it look like a pond, fill the top of it with water sprite or frog, or that frog bit or whatever it is. Oh God, Daddy. Vibes, yeah, I'm glad you stopped by. I'm glad all you guys stopped by. I was just doing a little test, trying this Streamlabs out, playing with it, seeing what I can do, things like that. Fishkeeper's Random Life. I was over at Fishkeeper's Random Life. He had a live stream. I stopped by his. If you guys aren't subscribed to Fishkeeper's Random Life, he's got a nice 75 gallon tank. He was just live streaming not long ago. Really cool. I like his setup. He has a 3D background, but it's on the outside of his tank. And I found that out because I was like, man, how do you get that heater attached to your 3D background? Well, he's got it on the outside, but you can still see it. And I never thought about doing that. It's a great idea. Yeah, I love the catfish that you got in there. You flower horns. He's got a he's I can't think of the word right now for some reason. It's escaping me, but he's got nice fish in that tank. Bunny Viper Aquatics, come on now. Wasted tank space. That's right, Bunny. See, there's a baby seat in the chair. No one uses it. That's for the grandbaby, Bunny. Fishkeeper's Random Life. Wow, nice tanks. Face. Fuchsia Wide Eyes face. What the hell? Oh, I see. Feathers, I'm teasing you, of course. Obviously, grandbabies are more important. Yeah, I don't know, Bunny. I'm going to toss that up in the air. I mean, you're talking about a big-ass tank in the middle of this room. I think the grandbaby, we can do something. I mean, she's little. I mean, I could strap her to that thing with a ratchet strap, and she'd be good. You could probably stack up a few 5 gallons right where those pet bowls are sitting too. You know, Bunny, I wanted to put my 29 gallon there. It would fit perfect. But our dog, our one boxer, is so particular. He has to eat right there or he won't eat anywhere else. And that room over there has a center island that is just begging for a nice Joe Coffee. That's hilarious because believe me, if you're thinking of it, I've already said it. I think a 75 gallon tank would fit in that bad boy real nice. And you can view it from every side. We get rid of all this stuff, we can put some 20G longs right here. Bunny Viper, those food bowls would fit under the right stand. Feather is going to make you get new friends. Vibes Aquatics. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I know that you're from Texas, sir. Fishkeeper's Random Life. Joe Coffee, is that a 3-season room over there? I see more tanks. Oh, no. Yeah. I built that enclosure, man. It's a 12 by 12 enclosure. I built that. I even asked about putting a pond in here, like in the corner. DIY. I'm not allowed to do that either. I'm not allowed to do anything. I don't even have enough aquariums as it is. Muppet says, God, your house is so organized. Got me looking around my house. Geesh. We try, man. It don't always stay that way, but we definitely try. Yeah, Max Collie, I agree. But Salient Feathers there, she don't let me do nothing, man. There's a dining room table. What's the problem? That bunny, it's in the way. It's in the way of greatness. Look how much room that thing takes up. Them chairs sticking out. Oh, beautiful house. Oh, thank you, thank you. I hope I'm not walking around too much for you guys. Yeah, Bunny. Yeah, when it comes to this hobby, she's super mean. She won't let me do nothing. I mean, I've only got 11 tanks. There, see? 360 view. Oh, and she made me stack these ones, or I couldn't have the 55s at the bottom, so I had to fabricate these stands to fit 55 gallons underneath. Yeah, Bunny Viper. She is not mean. T. Lexi says she is not mean. That is not a safe word at T. Lexi Land. That's not going to keep you safe. Fish Keeper's Random Life. I'd love to eat my breakfast there, surrounded by beautiful fish tanks. Yes, we eat dinners pretty much every night at this table, and it is cool to be surrounded by these tanks, man. It really is. I sit there. T. Lexiland sits there. Salient Feather sits there. We all sit here and we eat, and it's cool. And every time we sit down, all the fish come to the glass thinking, hey, what you got? Time to eat? I think these two are starting to become friends. Let's see. No? That one's a female. She's my newest, and I'm pretty sure that's a female too. Her buddy, the black lace. And the badass Scaros. Kuro, the Midwest tropical coffee tables, I don't know, but I know what you're talking about, man. I have seen a lot of those fish tank coffee tables. Yeah, I wish they would be a little bit more friends. They tolerate each other. Look at that, see? Them black ones, those Ascaras. That attitude. Look at that. Look. Look at that. Like a 55 low boy with some sort of stand. Full glass lid will be cheaper. Yeah, Koro. Those low boys are growing on me. Yeah, Red Laser, tell her. These glowfish guys, I've never been a huge fan of the glowfish, but again, this is some other fish that I did rescue. They needed a home, so I gave them one. They're doing good. They're cool. And they buddied right up with the black skirt tetras. And I like the black skirt tetras because they look a lot like these zebra angels, but smaller. And here's one up front. T-Lexi angels are mean and they always argue. Yeah. This one here, man, this wench right here got some attitude. Oh, look at her face. Look at her face. She don't give a shit about anybody. Just look at her face. Look at her. She don't care about nobody. Look at that. Oh man. Attitude. Put those lips away, damn it. Jesse, don't rescue any more fish, or we will have to provide you with a rescue home. Yes, Mexicali. I had to. Yeah, Bunny Viper. I do like them. They're cool. Mexicali, I did have to save. I already have a common pleco, but I did take this other one. I had to, man. I didn't want them dumping it in a freaking river or lake, and that was the next step. What you got there? Biscuits and mustard. Says the girl with glowfish avatar. My black angels are the worst. Oh, you got some of them too, Bunny? I love these guys. That is kind of my fault. Oh, yeah. Salient found them. Salient Feathers found them for me. But that's a good thing. Hey, they're free. You don't have to buy them. You're giving them a home. They don't wind up where they're not supposed to go. Win-win. Joe Coffey, have you ever seen the movie Sling Blade? If you haven't, you need to watch it. It's fantastic. And the reason why I said biscuits and mustard, because it's from that movie, and that is a mustard gas beta. I have black velvet and Pinoy. They're so mean. Nice, Bunny. Fishkeeper Random Life. No, I did not breed these guys. They're hybrids. I bought them that way. When I first got them, they were more pink in color, but I've got them colored up real nice. And I first had them in a 55, and I moved them up to the 75. These have got to be one of my favorite fish. Their personalities are awesome. They always look like they're smiling at you because that mouth always open, and they got blue eyes. These are a fantastic fish. Great personalities. But no, sir, I didn't breed them. I bought them that ways. Clearly, mustard must be some type of code for butter apple butter. Joe Coffey. You don't know what mustard is? Yellow mustard? French is yellow mustard? Bunny Viper Aquatics, I wish they called them something else besides mustard gas. Yeah, Bunny, it does seem a little rough. Like, what, are we going to war here? If you buy it and it dies, are we going to get bombed with mustard gas? Fishkeeper Random Life, when you do that, I think what you're trying to do is put an emoji in, but it's coming out with the actual words. Am I correct? There goes my neons. Bunny Viper knows. Biscuits and mustard. Joe Coffey says mustard gas is my main weapon of choice after I get a good meatloaf dinner. I got you, Joe. Same here, man. Cora works. That's a Streamlabs issue. Oh, okay, Cora. That makes sense. That makes sense. But how come some other people are allowed to put emojis on? Mexicali is able to put emojis in, and so is Bunny Viper. There you go. Fish Keeper's Random Life. That emoji worked. There's the Mason Eye. I think that's the Mason Eye. ACI, I love the ACI. Ace, looking sweet. Whether the emoji is coming from their emoji keyboard or the sticker type deal on YouTube chat. Okay, I got you. That makes sense. He's flipping out back there. Chill out, Mr. Yellow Lab. I see you peeking. Back now to the tiger barbs. I like my tiger barbs. Got some red ones in there. There's a green emerald. Thank you, Fish Keeper's Life. Yes, salient feathers, they are super colorful, that's for sure. It's the closest thing to saltwater fish we can get in the freshwater hobby. It's kind of dark in this tank too, but if anybody else likes tiger barbs, let me know. I love them. Mine are getting big, active, healthy, doing great. I wish that Hillstream Loach would come out and I'd show you. He's usually out doing work. There he is. Let me know if you guys see him. See the butterfly loach slash Hillstream Loach slash loach. See him back there on the back glass? Bunny Viper, they can be. Bunas, from what I understand, are the most aggressive of all the cichlids. Although I have, they chase each other for sure. At times, I had one I had to pull out and put in a vacation tank because they wouldn't leave him alone. See him moving? I think them things are cool. They also call them the articulating loach. Tiger barbs give every other barb a bad name. Cora likes tiger barbs, but they're one of those I added to my community tank and ate everything. Yeah, species only, man. I like my tiger barbs, but they got a 55-gallon tank all of their own. Bunny Viper has some Geophagus winnemeleri and some albino heckelii. Threadfin acara. Most people around here think they're saltwater because of their beauty. Yeah, super colorful. Cichlids are great. If you know enough about them, you can, gotta have backup tanks, gotta have a place to put them in case you have an emergency. I've already had to do that with one of mine. I've even tried giving it a week or so and putting them back in, but it didn't work. Reticulated loach. Yeah, you got it, Cora. Sorry about that. Sometimes I talk too fast. Reticulated loach. They call them Hillstream Loach, butterfly loach. I think most people call them Hillstream Loaches. Let me see if I can get a better angle. Back there, I like him. He's cool. Reticulated Bornean loach is what they called for a while before Hillstream became marketable. Oh, cool. Thanks, Cora. Appreciate that information. I didn't know that. Joe Coffee. Cora knows words. He's quite reticulate. See you peeking. Now you say they're from Borneo? Bornene loach. No, that's just the name. Guys, got to get you some of this good quality food here. Boom. And boys love that Extreme Aquatics big fella. Whoops, sorry. Here's another fun thing to do. My blood parrots love these. I'll put a couple in and they'll smack the water. Fighting over one. Did you guys hear that? You hear them smacking the surface of the water for that? Well, that little pig took them both. Crazy dudes. I think they're from that area, but lots of fish have weird common names. You're certainly right. Tiger barbs are from Borneo. Joe Coffee, I just got 10 Midas cichlids from my 10 gallon. What other tank mates should I keep with them? Guppies? Joe, I don't think I think Midas can actually be a pretty aggressive fish. That's what one of the mixes are in the blood parrots is a Midas fish. I can't give you a 100% answer on that. I'd have to research a little bit, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to keep guppies with them. And I think a 10-gallon tank is going to be a little too small. Let me see real quick. What you use for filtration under swamp for canister? At Fishkeeper Random's Life. I use all filtration fish keepers. I've got up here I've got the AquaClear 110 hanging the back. I've got an FX4 on the 125. I got another FX4 running that one. And everything else is hanging on the backs. AquaClears, Marineland, Penguins, and down to these little Aqueon filter here, a little Tetra filter there. And that came with this one in a kit. That's top fin filter. I thought maybe so, Bunny. Okay, Mexicali, I thought he was messing with me. I'm like, I don't know. If I put guppies in with a Midas. Midas is... I was thinking guppies are maybe 2 or 3 common plecos. Yeah, let's put some Midas and plecos. You might well put an Oscar in there, Joe. Plenty of room. Lots of real estate in that 10-gallon. Hey, Lefty and Craig. Well, I've been on here for an hour and a half. I got to jump off. I'm certainly glad you guys stopped in here and hung out with me. It's been fun. It was just originally supposed to be a quick test pop stream, but you guys came in and made it fun. So all's well that ends well. Appreciate you coming in. I'm going to have some more coming, and we'll talk about some subjects and just have some fun and do some projects and things like that. So thanks again for stopping by. I'll check you guys on the fish on the fish side instead of the flip side. Goodbye. Thanks for a little chat and showing off your tanks. Thanks for coming by and wanting to see them. Thanks, Bunny. Always good to see everybody. My next one will probably be on Friday at 6:30. I'm trying to find that sweet spot for a live stream, but I'm thinking I like to do it at 6:30 so I don't run into Whizzle and Glitch. So I'll let you guys go. Thanks again. Huh? Oh, maybe I'll just start doing my lives on Sunday. What do you guys think about that? Sunday live streams. What's the best time? I'll make a post about it. Let me know. I'm going to write a post on my live streams on Sunday. Give me your thoughts. Talk to you guys later. Craig's, I know that you'll be live streaming in the morning, man. Bye.